Well, it's day 8, and it's now time to rehydrate and reestablish your electrolytes. And man, am I ready. I mean, it's obvious. So the first thing you do is to establish your sodium. You need to get sodium in the body first, because the sodium allows any of the water you're about to take to get into the cells. You got sodium pumps on the cell that only activate with sodium to let the water in the cell. Otherwise, you risk edema. This is called refeeding syndrome. So the way to do that first is this. Sodium bicarbonate. Take about a half a teaspoon, like so, put in water, stir it up. All right, and this, I'll be sipping for about almost an hour, just sips. But you want to really be careful of your digestive tract. What you've just done is you've reestablished the stem cells to reestablish the healthy cells in the esophagus, in the stomach, in the duodenum, in the short intestines, long intestines, all that stuff. The entire intestinal or digestive tract has been restored. You've got a brand new gut biome. You've got brand new tissue and all this stuff. So you've got to be very gentle with it. So to make it gentle, first you want to get out of this acidotic ketosis state. This is how to do it. Just sip. Okay, it's been an hour, so this part is complete. Next, coconut water, potassium. Gently starts your digestive system again, and it's a wonderful thing. And I want to drink a quart of this stuff over the next 2 hours. And just sip it up. Oh God, that's like heaven. Trust me. Okay, well, got that out of the way. Next is a Tangy Tangerine. Now, because someone asked on one of the responses in one of the videos, could you do a thing on the weight loss and so forth? And yeah, well, I've lost a lot of weight, that's for sure. A lot of this will come back. I'll bring it back different than most people instead of just eating whatever you want. I'll get into that later. However, so let's get to this. I'm going to get your Tangy Tangerine in, and then later you're going to be drinking the bone broth and taking these, magnesium and potassium fills. Again, reestablishing electrolytes, getting some amino acids in. Good stuff. So, let's start this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take Tangy Tangerine, take a scoop, put it in. This was invented by Joel Wallach, who's a veterinary doctor and a medical doctor. He used to be on Omaha's Wild Kingdom. And the man's brilliant. I learned a lot about health from him before I even got into this stuff. So, longevity products and Tangy Tangerine, fantastic stuff. But we're mixing it with carbonate water. Carbonate water will neutralize the vitamin C, and that's why it's foaming. Let's keep stirring that up. Neutralizing that vitamin C, because you can't drink acid drinks after you just drank base drinks. Let's keep mixing that up. Cheers. Man, that's so good. Anyway, so that's the deal. Just drink that and wait an hour or so. The next bit is going to be starting the bone broth and the potassium or magnesium and potassium supplements to keep those electrolytes coming in. You know, the Tangy Tangerine is great. So I just got done with taking a shower, doing an enema, getting all this fleshy stuff out, this gross stuff out of your bowel, because that's all the toxins. And believe me, when you do this, you're going to probably evacuate some really weird orange stuff. I do enemas to really get it out of me, because those are the toxins. You don't want them reabsorbed into the bowel. So expect the worst, the worst it looks anyway. But once you get rid of this stuff, see how much more animated I am with the fluids and the potassium and getting rid of the toxins out of my bowel and all that stuff. And God, it was nice to shave after a week too, actually. So anyway, today, so in a few minutes here, I'll be drinking some bone broth and getting back to normal. You see, this is the profound thing about dry fasting. You recover quickly if you do it right. you negate a lot of the benefits if you do it wrong by drinking a ton of smoothies and weird stuff like you think is going to benefit you. That's not how it works. You took your body through a period of anhydrous starvation, which relied on all the electrolytes in the body to have cellular operations going on. That's why we encourage the magnesium sulfate bath. I also put a cup of sea salts in there because of all the minerals in sea salt. So that keeps a little bit of the sodium and magnesium and calcium and all the other trace minerals coming in through the skin to help flesh out the electrolytes. It also benefits you by adding a little bit of electrolytes to help you through this thing. So now I'm able to reestablish all my electrolytes, start with the bone broth, which is mostly collagen stuff, but that's important. I'll tell you why. Your body is mostly collagen and elastin. All the connective tissue inside your body is collagen and elastin. One of the things the fast does is it eliminates all the superfluous stuff, all the broken stuff that doesn't work, all the damaged stuff, some of the fascia. And so you want to build that up. So what we're going to do next is to start feeding yourself the foods to feed the fascia system, because that's where all your stem cells are. That's where all your vessels and blood cells are. That's where all this stuff is. It's all enmeshed in this spongy fascial protein matrix. So we're going to focus on that first with the proteins that will give you elastin and collagen. And then in further videos I'll discuss other food sources, but for this time, this is the recovery day. And the period of recovery starts now. After these critical parts, you have to get your electrolytes in, and you have to introduce foods that are mild on the gut, which is like the bone broth. Vegetable broths, that kind of stuff, they bring in more minerals. That's later. Let's just focus on the stuff that's easy for the gut to recognize and get the thing back to normal. As I said, after showering, shaving, drinking electrolytes, I'm feeling really good. I'm ready for some bone broth.